Brother Branham said that the word England meant angel land because of the people apparently that lived in England had they had light hair, you know, and the people called them angel land because they had light hair. And anyway, what happened was we're going to go to we'll say in World War II. This is, and I type these things to history because that's the things that I've learned. It's like Brother Branham, he typed all the things to
nature.
Nature, right. He typed them to farming and you know, whatnot. And that was what he knew about.
Yes.
Sure. And Brother James, Brother Ryan,
Amen.
Brother Brian, Brother Mo, it's the same thing for
Yeah.
everybody. Because it's what you know about that.
Yes. Amen.
So anyway, I'm going to type mine to history because that's
good.
That's what the Revelation.
That's good.
So anyway, in 1944, in D-Day, this is D-Day, okay, the Allies, D-Day, this is D-Day. This really is D-Day.
Amen.
But you've already got it. See, but anyway, all the Allied troops were stationed over in England. Okay, and here's Normandy, France, right here. This area of France is called Normandy. Now, while the Allies, they were over there and they were plotting their strategy, and they were saying, all right, now how exactly are we going to go in? Because the Germans controlled France at the time.
Sure did.
And they were thinking, you know, how are we going to go over there and take France over and liberate the French and defeat the Germans ultimately? And they were all over here. All the Allies were stocked up over here in England, all the guys. And they said, all right, we're going to come up with a plan. We're going to, the very first thing we do, in the middle of the night, we're going to drop paratroopers in over into France here, and they're going to get strategic positions held for us during the night.
Amen.
Okay? And they're going to hold those strategic positions.
Right.
Okay?
Amen.
Now, the thing about the Allies is, while they're in England, they don't have to worry about getting shot in the back. They don't have to worry about no Germans shooting them.
Right.
Because they're in Allied lands.
Yeah.
They're all there, you know. No Germans are going to shoot them in England.
Yeah.
Okay? But once they drop into France, they drop into enemy lines in the middle of the night, they become mixed with the enemy.
Amen.
Okay? So, anyway, they come in here and in the middle of the night, dropped in and held these strategic positions, these strategic towns, and held them. And then the next wave of guys come over from England by boat and landed on the beaches. That was wave 2 it was phase 2 of the plan. It's just like the 3 acts in the play. You've got to have all the acts to make the play work.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
So, but they were already plotted up their strategy, you know, and they're just doing their strategy now. They were there thinking they knew they could do it, but they went and experienced it, so to speak. They're all sitting over there in England thinking, well, you can paratroop in, you know, and you guys can land on the beach. And they knew they could do it, but they hadn't yet done it, of course. So anyway, so the next wave lands on the beaches. And now when those guys were over here and the paratroopers went in at night, how would they know if they run into other troops in the middle of the night and even the next day? How did they know whether those guys were enemy or not? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Clicker. Clicker. Cricket. Or a little clicker.
Clicker.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to put a picture of that up, but I didn't. But you got it. I tell you, it's something that you know that.
Yeah.
They had a little clicker. They gave all the Allied troops, and it was on that movie, The Longest Day.
The Longest Day.
Right?
Yeah.
John Wayne, yeah. Give them clickers. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And give them clickers. And give all the Allied troops little clickers, little metal things, and they'd go click, clack, click, clack. Okay. So what they did was when they landed over here and they run into some troops, because they couldn't tell it was the middle of the night or even the next day, you know, you couldn't necessarily tell. they would hit them clickers, and they'd go click-clack, and if the other guys responded with a click-clack, then they said, well, you know,
Friendly.
it must be friendly. You know, supposedly friendly. Okay? So what it is we were all in angel land, England, so to speak, angel land. Okay? We were there planning our attack strategy. We hadn't yet done it yet. But in this day that we're in is D-Day. Okay?
Yes.
What happened was, I'm going to tell you who the paratroopers are. The paratroopers are Brother John Vela, our Brother Don, Brother Bill Blades, Pastor Wesley, Brother Tom,
Creek.
huh?
Brother Creek.
Brother Krieg,
Creek.
Brother Andy Krieg, and go on, you know, Brother Meek Edwardson.
Yeah.
Those are the paratroopers.
Amen.
They were the first wave on D-Day.
Amen.
They came in and they held strategic positions.
Right.
They got these strategic positions
Amen.
of these strategic revelations,
Right.
and they held them.
Amen.
Then the next wave, the next phase, maybe be some of us younger ones that Brother Vela was talking about, you know.
Amen.
But the next wave is the next group of people that hits the beach.
Right.
And what happened, I came in on this wave. Maybe not so much Brother Ryan, Brother James, because you all were sort of maybe there, you know, before I was. But I came in on this wave, some of us. And what I did was, these guys were to come in and land on the beaches after the paratroopers. See, paratroopers are all in them little towns, holding them little towns, different strategic areas.
Right. Amen.
I come in, and and the newer, you know, the next wave come in, and we landed on the beaches, and we came inland to link up with the guys who already had the strategic positions held.
Right.
And here we are. We've linked up.
Amen.
In that movie, The Longest Day, them guys, they'd be trying to hold their positions, you know, on them bridges and stuff, and the Germans would be coming at them because they were outnumbered in a sense, you know, because the Germans, there's a whole bunch of Germans out there, and it's just plots of paratroopers here and there, and they're trying to hold those strategic positions until they could get reinforcements. Okay, and then they would come up through there, and them English guys, they'd be playing their bagpipes, you know, and they'd be coming up through there, and when they heard them bagpipes playing, they'd say, they'd be jumping for joy, saying, the reinforcements are here.
Amen.
We've got reinforcements.
Right.
The reinforcements have arrived.
Amen.
Reinforcements are here.
Amen.
Now that didn't mean that them guys just quit right there,
Right.
got shipped back to England.
No.
Right.
But the reinforcements came.
Amen.
Brother Vela's still in the battle. I
Right.
just
Amen.
came to reinforce him.
Amen.
Pastor Wesley's still in the battle. I just came to reinforce him.
Amen.
The
Thank
new
you,
people.
Lord.
And you know, there's more waves coming behind my wave.
Oh, yeah.
You
Amen.
know,
Amen.
and there might be a whole bunch of waves land at one time,
Right.
and we'll be
Amen.
almost the same time coming in.
Amen.
Right.
And then there might be a day where they'll slack off, and then there'll be another wave come in, and that'll be another
Right.
group to
Amen.
reinforce what we already have.
Amen.
But the thing about them clickers is, the clickers is the word body.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
See, we came in. They come in and they was in the middle of the night, mixed with the enemy.
Right.
Yes.
Didn't know, you know, who's enemy, who's not.
That's right.
They had that word body, and they started clicking them clickers.
Amen.
And they said, and when they heard it, somebody click clack back to them. You know, it could have been that day and the next day. You know, and
Sure.
you know, they could have used them clickers for a while.
Yeah.
But what that is that's the word body. And when somebody preaches the word for this day, what they're doing is they're behind the pulpit, click clacking,
Amen.
click clacking,
Right.
waiting for somebody, and somebody's out there saying, "Amen, amen." What are they doing? Click clacking back.
Click
Right.
back.
That's right.
Yeah. Amen.
Right.
That's right.
Amen.
That's
It's
good.
a response.
Good.
Right.
It's a response.
Yes.
Yes.
So, anyway, but there's one hitch to that. There's one hitch to that. What if, and it happened, well, I mean, I don't know that it really happened more. It may have. But if I can remember on that day, it seems like, or that movie, it was talking about, they said, you know, even though they'd click-clack, and them guys would click-clack back, they'd say, hey, wait a minute, watch out, they might be Germans. They might have figured out they might have figured out what that click-clacker was for,
Yeah.
killed some of them guys, figured out what the click-clacker was for, and do a false click-clack.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay?
Amen.
So what you've got is, if somebody, it's like Brother Don or whoever's preaching, you know, the word, he's click-clacking. Now, everybody's saying amen, amen, amen. But it could be a false click-clack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Amen.
Could be a false click-clack.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'll tell you how I know
Right.
that. You look, everything happens in succession over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back and we'll use Brother Branham's day just for an example. Now, Brother Branham, and he's doing the same thing. He was click-clacking. He was up there, he's click-clacking, preaching the word for that day. Click-clack, click-clack. And everybody in the audience, you can listen to him on the tapes. Amen, amen. But now, wait a minute. Now, let's bring it up to today.
Right.
How
Amen.
many of them, how many that was down there amen in that, won't have nothing to do with this message?
Right.
Amen.
Fake click-clacks.
Come on.
Right.
Amen.
Fake click-clacks.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Amen.
take it up to today. The
Amen.
same thing
Amen.
happens over again.
Amen.
How many people are not, they're all out there click-clacking,
Amen.
but how many people, when the next message comes along, won't take it?
Right.
Amen.
It's the same thing.
Amen. Same thing.
It's the
Right.
exact same thing.
Amen.
So anyway, that might do it. Oh, yeah, and it's like this. But the click-clackers, the Germans, the false click-clackers, because the Allies won the war. You know, Patton done a big sweep and run down through France here and wiped the Germans out pretty good. And, you know, the Germans eventually lose the war.
Right. Right.
So eventually those guys, click-clacking, those fake click-clackers, would get figured out.
Amen.
Yeah.
Them fake click-clackers get figured out sooner or later.
Amen.
And this happens in every single day.
Amen.
It's
Yes.
the same thing over and over and over.
Yes.
So those fake click-clackers will get figured out when the new message comes along.